everyone, it's me, Kennedy Castillo, host of the Simply Screen Reviews podcast. So, as promised, season 2 is going to bring a lot of bonus content for the podcast. This week, I reviewed one movie, To All the Boys I Loved Before, and two series, Exo Kitty and The Summer I Turned Pretty, all three Jenny Han projects, which, as you guys know, I'm obsessed with Jenny Han. And so today I have my best friend Ana Marcela with me, and we are going to be discussing all of our favorite ships, or not so favorite, from all three of the movies and series, which she has also seen. And yeah, let's get into that. So first off, if you just want to say hi, introduce yourself, whatever.
Hey, I'm Marcela.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to start in order of how I kind of reviewed them for the episode. So we're going to start with To All the Boys I Loved Before. And the first ship we're going to talk about is Margot, which is Laura Jean's sister, and Josh, which is the guy at the beginning of the movie that honestly becomes forgettable, but we're going to discuss that. So first, I want to know, do you ship them or not?
Nah, it was like a thing, but clearly Margot broke up with Josh, so they're gonna go apart. She was like moving, so I was like, clearly she doesn't really care about him, so it's like better off breaking up.
Yeah, I also feel like we didn't get build up with them. Like, they were already together at the beginning of the movie, and they broke up, so then it wasn't that important. But yeah, I agree. I don't necessarily ship them. They're whatever, honestly. Okay, next we have Laura Jean and Josh. So obviously that was kind of Laura Jean's first crush in the movie, and we find out that she likes her sister's boyfriend, which is kind of odd. So do you ship them?
I'm trying to remember what I felt when I first watched the movie. I think I kind of was like, they could be cute, but I liked Peter a lot more, and I remember reading the books. I also thought it was like, it's like whatever.
Yeah, I always remember. They kind of set him up from the beginning to be like a side character, second lead. Not even second lead. He wasn't even set up to be a lead. They very much were saying oh, they're not going to end up together. He's just a plot device. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I ever shipped them, if I remember correctly. Okay, next ship we have. I'm actually going to change the order here a little bit of what we had originally planned. But we have Laura Jean and John Ambrose. So do you ship them?
I remember not really caring. When I watched the movie, I was only half paying attention. And then I remember Kennedy telling me I really like John Ambrose, but I didn't really pay attention. In the book, when I read the book, I didn't ship them. I still liked Peter a lot better. But I think in the movie, yeah, John Ambrose is cuter.
Yeah, I think for me, I remember when I read the books, I kind of was indifferent. I didn't really care. I think just no hate to Jenny Han, I love her books, but the way he was written was not enticing enough. But for the movie, and maybe I'm biased, but because it was Jordan Fisher, I'm a big Jordan Fisher fan, so I remember really shipping them. However, now after, seeing the third movie and kind of having time to think about it, because it has been a few years since it came out, I think I would definitely prefer Laura Jean and Peter. Which brings us to the next ship, Laura Jean and Peter. Do you ship them?
Yeah, I really liked them in the books. I think they were my favorite. I think seeing it come to into the big screen, it and also I was older when I watched the movies than when I first read the books. It kind of shattered the illusion. I don't know, I guess imagination, you just create the perfect thing. But yeah, I ship them a lot more in the books than I do. I'm more indifferent in the movies.
Yeah, I agree. I remember in the books there was also more details, which is normal for a book to movie adaptation, but there was some cute scenes that we didn't necessarily get in the movies. So I definitely did ship them more in the books, but overall I think even in the movies, I was originally a John Ambrose fan, but I got past that. I have evolved. Whatever. Okay, next we're going to move on to just the episode, if you haven't seen it yet, or heard it yet, Season 2, Episode 2, Simply Screen Reviews, anchor.fm/Simply Screen Reviews, by the way. So next we're going to talk about Exo Kitty and all of those ships. So the first ship we're going to talk about is a ship that started with the third To All the Boys movie, and obviously was a prominent ship at the beginning of this series. So that is Kitty and Day. Do you ship them?
Okay, when I watched the third To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I was like, that is so cute. Like, I really liked them together. I thought they were adorable. You know, like, oh, like little kids and, you know, pen pal. And then, like, in the show, though, I was, like, excited for it. But then once I watched the trailer and I saw Mino, I was like, I know damn well, like, that is a romantic interest for Kitty. And I was like, I prefer that guy so much more. Also, because, like, okay, and then once I started watching it, I was like, Day is, like, so fishy. Like, just tell her the truth. Like, why are you keeping all these secrets? Like, maybe I understand he couldn't tell the full truth because it wasn't his secret to tell, but he could have, like, tried something to reassure her. He just breaks up with her and tells her, like, I don't know, doesn't he tell her, like, oh, like, I like Yuri now?
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like, bro, what? Like, bro, that's too mean.
Yeah, I remember for me, I really didn't have an opinion on them in the Third to All the Boys movie. Like, at the time, I never expected there was going to be, like, a spin-off show. And, like, Kitty was just, like, Laura Jean's little sister. And I just felt like they were trying to give her some kind of, like, something in the movie. But I didn't think it was going to evolve into anything. So I didn't have an opinion. When the show started, though, I've got to be honest, I was, like, the biggest Day hater. Like, I just didn't like them together. Like, I thought it was whack that she was going to Korea for him. Like, she had a good experience there, but, like, to go for him, I think was a little bit whack. I think there's just, like, I don't know, there wasn't, like, a good enough build-up. Like, immediately she gets to Korea, and he's just the worst. Like, I would have liked it a little more if there was more build-up of, like, oh, he's likable or whatever. But we never got that.
Okay, but I did think it was super cute, like, when he sees her at the dance, and then they, like, run and hug. I thought that was very cute. But then, like, okay, so at first I was like, okay, anti-date. But then once they get together towards the end of the series, or like the second half of the series, and then Kitty wasn't, like, being honest with herself, and it was just, like, hurting Day, I did feel bad for Day. And then, like, with his, like, academic, like, he, like, lost his number one spot. Like, I also felt really bad for him. And then the way he, like, runs to the airport for her, I was like, okay, it's like, okay, like, I was, like, feeling for him. And then she's like, nah, bruh. I did feel a little bad for him. So I wasn't like a number one Day hater wishing for his demise. I did feel bad for him.
I'll just say, he was my least favorite ship from the show, him and Kitty. And I don't know, I did like that scene where they hugged in the beginning, but then he immediately ruined it. So
yeah, you're right.
I don't know. Okay, next ship we have Kitty and Yuri, which was, I think, an unexpected ship. But let's see, do you ship them?
I think there could have, maybe if Yuri kind of showed, like, a bit of reciprocation. If Yuri didn't have Juliana, like, maybe I could have shipped them. But I don't know, I just kind of felt like Kitty never did anything to try to break up, like, Yuri and Juliana. So that's like, good, but it just, you know, it wasn't, like, really reciprocated. I mean, there could have been, like, a good enemies to lovers there, but I just, yeah, it felt a little bit like I wasn't given enough. Like, they try to show, like, chemistry that, like, they would, like, do some slow motion, like, whenever Yuri was, like, fixing Kitty's hair or something like that. And so, like, there could have been, I feel like, a bit more, because, yeah, like, as I said, it just wasn't reciprocated, so I wasn't feeling that much chemistry.
Yeah, I think I want to see where they take them in season 2. Obviously, hoping there's a season 2. I think they have potential to be a good ship. Maybe not the best ship on the show, but I think they have potential to be, like, a good ship. I think Yuri was just, like, pretty vital to, like, Kitty's, like, coming out story and whatever. So I can see why they, like, created the ship in the first place. But, like, I think you're the one who told me, like, it's not like Kitty really liked Yuri for any specific reason, like with Day and even, like, Minnow. Like, she just kind of was like, oh, Yuri's pretty, like, that's nice. So I wish there was, like, a little bit more depth to that ship, which I hope we get in season 2, assuming there is one. But yeah, I think I did see there was, like, some parallels between Laura Jean hitting Peter with her car, and then Yuri hits Kitty. So I think that's interesting, the parallels. I'm really curious to see where they take the ship, but I don't necessarily think they're, like, my favorite at the moment. So next we have Yuri and Juliana, who honestly we don't see the character that much in the series, but just from what we've seen, do you ship them?
Yeah, from what I've seen, I like them because, you know, we get a little flashback scene when Yuri is, like, sitting down in her closet and she's like remembering like the summer they spent together, and there was like this really cute scene, sadly, when like I think like the maid comes in and sees them, but before that it was pretty cute, and I was feeling the chemistry there. And then also like when it's like the first day of school and then Juliana pulls Yuri into the closet, they're just like so happy to see each other. And the fact that like Yuri like with Kitty's help like found Juliana's number, and they were like both so happy to just like talk to each other again. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, I agree. I also like the kind of like forbidden romance aspect of it. I guess now like the mom already approved, so it's whatever. But I liked that. And then yeah, like they just seemed happy together and stuff. And we didn't even get that like build up beyond like that one flashback. But I felt like they definitely had more chemistry than Kitty and Yuri. So I do hope that Juliana is like a main character in season 2.
And wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. Wait, no, it's going to come back to me. Oh yeah, okay. I feel like if Yuri was the main character, like, and we were seeing like everything from Yuri's perspective, she would still be like stronger with Juliana than with Kitty. Like I feel like Kitty was just kind of like came in. It's Yuri isn't even thinking about Kitty in that way, and yeah, that's like pretty much it.
Okay. I'm going to leave this last ship for last, actually. I'm going to rearrange once again what we had planned, and I'm going to ask you about Q and Florian. So, do you ship them? Although I think we're going to have very different opinions on this one.
Okay, so Q and Florian, I liked them. So, it's not that I don't ship them. I thought they were good together, but it was just like, Florian, like, why'd you have to go and do that? Like, at first I didn't care that he was, like, cheating. But then it was like when he got number 1 spot, and it was like Florian, like didn't like Q was like, oh, like why didn't they study together? That's my question. They could have just like made study dates, bro. Now he's like, no, Florian just I guess like a bit lazy, bro. You should have like gotten your shit together. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Can I say that? got it together, like studied better, because now like he took Day's number 1 spot, and like I feel for Day because he's there on the scholarship. So yeah, but like before that I did ship them.
Yeah, I think individually as characters I actually really like them. I like because the actor that plays Q, he was on another show also playing like the gay friend type character. But I liked that he wasn't like a stereotypical gay friend. Like he was also like an athlete and stuff, which I thought was a cool aspect of his character. And then I remember the Florian character. Like I don't necessarily remember any examples off the top of my head, but I remember he had like a lot of one-liners that I really liked, and I thought they were funny. So individually, I really liked them. Together, I mean, they seemed happy, so whatever. I do agree with you about Florian like cheating, and I mean, I guess that should be like taken separate from his relationship with Q and just like a character flaw. But I'm curious to see if he like owns up to his actions or anything, especially when he finds out like that Day's gonna have to leave the school in season 2. So that'll be interesting. All right, next ship, Minnow and Madison. Do you ship them?
No, not at all, bro. Because at first they like showed her just like as a kind of like not a stalker, but like really like obsessive towards him, and it's just like turn off, bro. Like that's a turn off. Like especially because I went into the show already shipping Minnow and Kitty from the trailer. So when they like had like my main guy, my favorite character, go with this like weird girl, I was like, what is this? And then when he actually like starts liking her and like seeing her like as a potential like real girlfriend, I was like, I tried to accept it. I was like, you know what? If this is what my favorite character wants, like fine, I'll accept it for now. Like I know it's just a temporary thing. But then they have her like reject him. I was like, nah, bro, nah, I hate this. That was the worst. But I mean, I'm glad they're not together anymore, and that's what it took. And then they say that's like what made Minnow like more realize that he wants to be in a relationship. I'm like, okay, fine, bro. I guess it was like necessary in his like character development.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Madison might be my least favorite character, not in Exo Kitty, in the whole entire Jenny Han universe. Like, I just did not like her. You're right, they showed her as a stalker. Like, I just did not enjoy her character. Also, I don't know if you know this, but the actress that played her was also in Summer I Turned Pretty, and she literally played like a stalker in that as well. She's the girl that was like obsessed with Jeremiah. Like she was
in the debutante. She was the part of the debutante ball.
Yeah, that was her. So I don't know, she's just giving big stalker energy. I'm sure the actress is like a great person, but like her typecasting is like stalker. Yeah, I did not like them, especially like, I don't know, if she had been with like a character I didn't care about as much, like her and Day, I would have been like, yeah, whatever. But with Minnow, I was like, no, my man deserves better. Like, justice for Minnow. Okay, last ship of this series, Kitty and Minnow. What do we think? Do you ship them?
Yeah, no, they have to be in game, bro. Look, I saw the trailer and I was like, that guy, that's gonna be like, they have to end up together. I don't know, it's just like, I know they were like setting up Day and like Kitty a bit more in the trailer, and they really seemed like the first lead. They really made Minnow look like the second lead. But yeah, I mean, they're just so cute. Like, I like how they like subtly showed like Minnow like really knowing Kitty very well, and like he was like really looking out for her. He was always telling Day like, how could you do this like to Kitty? How could you lie? So yeah, I don't know, it was so cute. And then like when he helped her with like the Thanksgiving, even though he was being like,
love that scene.
Even though he was like being kind of like, you know, very sarcastic and kind of like with Kitty, it was just like so cute. And then like when he just like says bye to her before he leaves, and he's like very like bye, but then like he walks out and then he's like all sad. It was like, he's so cute. Like, yeah, I really ship him. My favorite character.
Yeah, same. I think it's because he's my favorite character too, that I'm just like, they have to be together, you know? But I like a good enemies to lovers situation, and I think we could have had that with Yuri, but it just didn't work. So with Minnow, it's like perfect.
Yeah, like quickly, I like Minnow and Kitty's enemies to lovers better than Kitty and Yuri's, because Minnow like falls for her, and I always like when the guy falls first.
And well, it doesn't really work in a lesbian ship, but okay.
Okay, well, I like it when they're like not the main character, like the other character.
Yeah, I get you. I'm just making life difficult. Yeah. I also saw like this thing comparing like, it was like Day is Josh, and Yuri is John Ambrose, and Minnow is Peter. And I kind of like that comparison, and it was like a whole thing. Like there was more reasons why, but I like that comparison, and I really hope they're endgame. So we'll see. Okay, last series. We only have 3 ships from this one. They're just the 3 mains. So, Summer I Turned Pretty, Belly, and Cam Cameron. Do you ship them?
Okay, they were so cute. Cam Cameron was like really cute. He was really trying. From what I remember, he has like no big flaws.
Yeah, I think. Well, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off for a second. Yeah. But I feel like Jenny Han always sets up like these 3 like 3 different ships, like a love triangle, square, or whatever you want to call it. And there's always like that one that you're not like rooting for them, like they're not your favorite, but like you just want like them to be happy either way. Like for me, that was like Yuri, you know, John Ambrose. So I feel like Cam Cameron is just like my like, I don't necessarily want you with Belly, but I just want you to be happy.
Yeah, like he deserved better. I think especially in the books, he got treated pretty badly. Like Belly was being really selfish in the books. I think she's better like in the show. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, oh, justice for Cam.
Honestly, yeah. Okay. This is gonna be controversial, these next 2, I feel. But wait, which order should we go in? The one I have, or should we swap it?
Go with the one you have.
Okay. Belly and Jeremiah, do you ship them?
Yeah, I ship them. You know, like I said, I really like it when when the main character gets pursued more than she pursues. So I really like how, I guess, first, like, Jeremiah was, like, really going after Belly. Even though he did have, like, a playboy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he still, like, really liked Belly. But, I mean, he knew that she liked Conrad. But, yeah, and then, okay, so, like, he, like, sleeps with another girl. It's like, where are they broken up? Look.
Well, hold on. We're talking about the series, so we're not gonna throw the book into here.
Never mind. Scratch that last part. Jeremiah's perfect. If we're talking about the series, Jeremiah on top.
Also,
number 1.
Like the actor they picked for him, I feel like, I hate this word. I'm never gonna say it again, but I feel like he has a lot of riz. I hate that I just said that, but it's true. And like, I don't know. I like that. I like that about the character. I like them together. We all know what happens in the books. We're not gonna ruin what the series has right now. Maybe Jenny Han changed stuff from the first season, so maybe she'll change the book too. You never know. We'll see. But I currently, they're my favorite ship from the series, so that's controversial, but whatever. All right, Belly and Conrad, do you ship them?
Okay, from what we've seen so far, it's because, like, Conrad right now, he just has too much baggage, bro. He's, like, constantly hurting Belly. He's, like, I don't know, just, like, she just keeps crying because of him, and it's, like, I don't know. Belly kind of deserves to be treated a little better. Yeah.
Like, I get his situation with his mom and everything, but yeah, to me, he just, like, I don't know, he's not it. I'll just leave it at that before this gets controversial. Okay, last thing before we wrap up. This is really long bonus content, too, so you're welcome, listeners. But what is your favorite ship in the entire Jenny Han universe? You can only pick one. What is it?
Look, maybe it's just because it's, like, fresh on my mind, but it's, like, Kitty and Mino.
Okay, for me, I was very close. It was almost that for me. But I had to go Laura Jean and Peter. Like, I just feel like they walked so that Kitty could run. And yeah, I think they're just the OGs. I think also Laura Jean is like one of my favorite characters of all time. So I just had to go with them. But yeah, thanks for being on this bonus content of Simply Screen Reviews. I appreciate you doing this with me.
Yeah, no problem.
And for all of you listeners who are listening on YouTube, this is the home of all the bonus content. It is Simply Podcast Network on YouTube. But if you want to check out full episodes of Simply Screen Reviews, check out anchor.fm/Simply Screen Reviews. And also, if you want updates and announcements, you can like us on Facebook, Kennedy C Media. Simply Screen Reviews is part of the Simply Podcast Network. For more information about the Simply Podcast Network, visit simplypodcastnetwork.com. Thanks for listening.